Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to my show, The Connor O'Houlihan Experience. Real news for real people. Well, now that we've got that whole construction mess out of the way, everything seems to be going quite swimmingly. But tonight I'm here to talk to you about a serious threat to U.S. national security. Dan? Thank you. Well, we all know them. They gather around Willie's statue and make you slightly nervous. They play kazoos, they killed Heath Ledger, and they make you realize that weird means nothing. If you haven't figured out who I'm talking about the mob. This mob doesn't break a finger for every time you don't give Tony Tightlips Marvioli his money. No, their tactics are much more subtle and dangerous. I'm talking about the Marching Owl Band, folks. Recently, their antics landed him a spot in national media for calling Todd Graham by his true name. Douchebag. Todd Douchebag Graham the third. So I decided to take a look into this myself. However, I knew as a civilian I would not get very far. So I decided to go undercover as a member of the mob. So brace yourselves and get ready for an insider look into one of campus's most confusing associations. Think you're safe? Think again. We will rock you. Like any good journalist, I began by doing some research so that I could slide in effortlessly. After a while, my keen reporter sense detected a few subtle incongruencies. For instance, they called themselves the Marching Owl Band, but they didn't even march. Furthermore, the whole incident with Tulsa seemed a little fishy. Dude, research on the mob, man. God, knock. What's up? Couldn't quite understand what all the hubbub was for. I knew Todd Graham was a douchebag after I interviewed him a year ago. Mr. Graham, good evening. Thank you for joining us. Did you always dream of being a douchebag?
Well, I know I'm very young to be in the position that I'm in, but no, I actually had a goal. I'm really goal-oriented, and
But how did you become such a huge douchebag?
I think you work hard, and one of the things I would, always recommend to everyone is never put parameters on yourself.
Going on that, how do you feel about the war in Iraq?
That's one of the things about our kids that really impresses me is that unselfish attitude. Chance Talbert, a guy that's been playing defensive end, moved him over to offensive tackle. And again, these kids we're right now working on really building that relationship and building that trust, them to trust us, allow us to coach them hard, and to be hard on them and demanding.
Okay, Todd, your response has nothing to do with the question. So we're done.
Just being unselfish.
Todd,
and that's not our nature. Nature is to be selfish.
We're done. Thank you for your time. If you're Todd, if you're just going to sit and bullshit me, I tell you what, I can blow smoke right back up your ass, okay?
Actually, there's been guys on both sides of the ball
Todd,
and catch it and,
we're done.
And defending
Todd,
on defense.
thank you for your time.
We're and blitz on defense and attack, and we
thank
can
you.
run very well right now.
Yes.
So.
After such an enlightening interview, I was sure the mob was at fault. But as always, I like to see what the public thinks. So you might know me from my show, The Connor O'Houlihan Experience. What? And we have got a quick question for you here. Do you think it was fair to call Todd Graham a D-bag?
I don't know what's going on. What?
A douchebag?
Douchebag?
You think it was fair?
What?
Hi. You might recognize me from my show. I've got a quick question for you here. Cheese is to crackers as Todd Graham is to... Hey there, big guy.
How's it going?
You might know me from my show, The Connor O'Houlihan Experience. Do you think it was fair to call Todd Graham a douchebag?
Well, I mean, he is a douchebag. So, I'm all for, labeling when it's accurate.
Sure, right.
And I feel that, not calling Todd Graham a douchebag would be like calling the sun, lukewarm.
Hi, you might recognize me from my show. You mind if I ask you just a couple quick questions?
What would you like to ask me?
Well, actually, I've got a question for this guy here.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Luke. Apparently, not even the students would have called Todd Graham a D-bag. Now I was like a French piggy, honing in on the scent of a delicate truffle. All I needed was the perfect disguise. and no one suspected a thing. Oh gosh, that was a great practice. And the thing is, I turn, I say, flugelhorn. No, no. You're playing in C, and we're in B sharp. She says, B sharp is C. Dude, that's stupid. You collecting them all?
Collecting all of what?
Charizard and all his minions.
Who?
Yeah, the Pokemon.
What are you talking about?
So the show this weekend's gonna be swell, huh? Fresh.
Yeah, they all are.
Just like Tulsa, right?
Yeah, that was.
You guys got that tape around here somewhere?
Oh, they're over there.
Up there.
They probably had all kinds of security. Biometric scanners, voice pattern analyzers. I'd have to come back in the cover of the night.
Bingo.
The next day, I decided to pay a little visit to the station to see what they could find.
Dan, got some tapes for you here.
However, they'd need some time to process the tapes. Until then, I'd have to play it cool.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Siguiente estación, Memorial Drive Hospital.
It's still Friday!
Dan, thank God. You gotta get me out of here, man.
Hey, Connor, I need you to come back to the office for a minute. I found something interesting on those tapes you gave me. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, yeah, I'm fine, dude.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I could be here I could be here forever, dude. Yeah, I'll be at the station. Station 5, behalf. Okay, then. Bye-bye now. Dan, what'd you
What?
find with those tapes?
Well, actually, the cup was full of chocolate ice cream, and the two girls
Dan, the other tapes, not those tapes.
Oh, well, the other tapes are interesting too, I guess. Check it out. Watch the tuba. Do you see?
Okay.
Look closer.
It's a granny tuba.
Look even closer.
What am I?
Do you see?
It's ridiculous.
I know. Here. Try these.
Oh my God.
I should have known. The mob was involved in a government conspiracy. At first, I thought I'd take the footage to the police. But if you want justice, you gotta take it yourself.
Well, no, of course I'm not really sorry. That's just what you say in situations like... Well, I mean, I'm gonna have to call you back. Can I help you?
Can an emu migrate?
Yes.
Okay, game's over, Throckmorton. Or should I call you Throckmorton? I bet you thought you were scotch-free. I bet you thought you were off the hook. Well, you know what? I got news for you. I am the hook.
Okay, look. I have directed the mob for 6 years now, and I can tell you that I have seen some weird shit. But this is by far the most idiotic thing I have ever heard of.
Oh, I'm sure it is. And you know what else? I'm sure that your halftime performances are used to brainwash people to vote for Ron Paul.
I have the tapes of all the halftime performances, and I don't know what you think you've seen, but nothing on the tape shows any brainwashing, and it sure doesn't show Ron Paul.
According to the films that I got from your office, Sir Throckmorton, Todd Graham killed President Kennedy.
Wait, just back up just a minute. Did you just say you aren't actually in the mob?
No, the classic
And
mob.
to think, we put up with your crappy drum playing.
It wasn't that crappy, was it?
Hey, Cousin Vinny. Vinny, come on in here.
Oh, jeez! Dumbledore's castle dropped me! Ow!
Unfortunately, before I was able to exit the premises, the one true recording of the event was confiscated. However, I'd like to believe that the mob learned a lesson from this sinister event, and that a message was sent to evildoers all around the world. That message being, Daddy's watching. You know, sometimes it's hard being a reporter, going undercover for people. It gets so lonely. So lonely, in fact, it's killing me. Though, I must confess, I still believe. When you're not with me, I lose my mind. So give me a sign. Hit me, baby, one more time. One more time. This has been a special report by Connor O'Houlihan. Real news for real people. We will rock you.